How's it going, guys? MattyTingles here. I hope you guys are well. I am doing well, and I'm really glad that you're here. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different, I guess, from the other ones because I'm just gonna talk to you. I've actually had a lot of people request just a whispered or soft spoken video. And so yeah, here you go. But what I wanted to do today is talk to you guys about something that affects me every day, and then offer you guys something really cool. So today is October 10th, 2017, and that is World Mental Health Day. And what that is basically the goal of World Mental Health Day is to provide better understanding of mental health and try to help reduce the stigma that is associated with it, I guess. I think that in the last 3 years, maybe or so, this is just my perspective, the last 3 years or so, I think that stigma has gone down a little bit, but I still believe that there's a lot of people who don't believe in it, and will even go as far as, to put people down who do believe in it or who do seek help for it. So, bottom line, I wanted to make this video because it's something that's really important to me, and if I have any sort of platform like YouTube and you guys, I think it's important for me to use this platform to talk about it. So yeah, this is gonna be just talking about it. So what I do want to tell you guys and offer you guys is a really cool service online called BetterHelp.com. And what BetterHelp.com is an affordable private online counseling service, anytime, anywhere. So it's on your phone. And the cool thing with that is it's anywhere. It's on your phone. It's private. It's essentially, depending on how you set it up, it's essentially having a text conversation with a licensed counselor, which I think is really, really amazing. Because I think there's a lot of people out there who would probably feel more comfortable doing that than going in, physically going into to see a therapist or a counselor at their office. So I think it's a really, really cool service. Right now, there's over 2,000 licensed therapists on there, and over 1 million people have joined, including me. I joined, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, and I've been using it, and it's actually really, really awesome. But we'll get into that. Because I wanted to tell you guys about my experience and stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys about that. It's easy to sign up, and only takes a few minutes to sign up, and it could definitely change your life. So what I wanted to do is tell you guys, if you are interested in signing up or checking it out, hit the link below that I put down there, which is tryonlinetherapy.com/Matty. They gave me my own link, and you guys can go check that out. Just click that link and sign up. It's really, really awesome. And I something this serious that I believe so deeply in. I really wouldn't be telling you that if I didn't think that. I know I've seen. Okay, complete honesty, I get emails all the time, daily, about people wanting to sponsor videos, and so they'll send me stuff and I'll talk about it, and I'll say 95% of the time it's stuff that I would never use. Like I got one of the first ones I ever got was about an experimental menstrual pill, and it's like, that's cool, but I'm not gonna be able to use it and give you my opinion on it. This, however, I have used, and it's something that I believe in. So, anyway, hit the link below if you are interested in that. It's really, really great. So, I put the link in the description. Cool. So part of what I wanted to do on this video is to share a little bit of my story with you guys, because I think, again, I kind of felt a little bit responsible, honestly, because I think that when people have a platform of any size, you should use it for things that you believe in. And my story starts, let's see, how far back do I want to go? Okay, I'm just going to go back a couple years. Basically what happened was, I've always had friends that dealt with mental health issues. I never realized or thought that I was one of them. Mainly because I've just grown, the way that I was raised and grown up, and just my personality is like, I just get over things really quickly. And part of that is because I've built up this really, really efficient way of just pushing things to the side when things happen. And so the problem with that is I was doing it so efficiently that I wasn't dealing with anything, if that makes sense. So something bad would happen, and like immediately I would go, oh, that's okay, and then move on. And it makes things easier, but in the long run, I started to notice that I wasn't getting better at things because I wasn't dealing with it, and I wasn't going through things like I should have been. Because you learn from mistakes, you learn from things that happen in your life, but if you don't go through them, you're not gonna feel the repercussions of them and learn from it. So anyway, yeah, I apologize. I'm probably gonna ramble. In fact, I'll probably put the word ramble in the title, because that's definitely what this is gonna be. Anyway, so I'll be honest. A lot of my life, I went through life thinking, who would ever go to a counselor? Like, why would you pay money to go talk to someone when you can just and again, I was really naive back then. I would say, when you could just get over it, right? I would say that. I would be like, okay, just get over it. And to me, in my mind, that's what made sense. And I know that I've said that to people in my life, and that's just not the way to be. It's extremely close-minded. Anyway, what ended up happening was, this is actually kind of funny. One night, I was sitting at my house with a friend, and I don't know what we were talking about. It was obviously something with therapy and counseling. And she basically, without going into a lot of detail, basically she said that she knows me very well, and she's just, side note, she's been seeing a therapist for years, but she saw in me a need for it, and I was like, no, that's, I don't need it. That'd just be like a waste of time and money. And then the next night, we were talking about it more here, and it just kind of clicked what I was saying earlier, that like, I really need to work on getting better at things, because not going through things, I just wasn't learning at all. And so things would keep happening. I was just in this cycle of things happening. So anyway, I ended up that night, I just went online and just looked up counselors near me, and there's a long page of, actually there's like 20 pages of counselors near me. And what I did just randomly was, because it was still like, eh, I still wasn't really sold on it, but it did click in my mind though that I should look into it at least. So anyway, I went on the website just to find a counselor near me, and my favorite number is 3. And so I just went to the third page and picked the third person down to contact. And her name, it was a woman who is actually around my age too, which I'll get into in a little bit, but that's actually really awesome that she's my age. Anyway, I contacted her, and she was really, really nice. She emailed back that night and basically said, hey, I'd love to meet you. And the next step would just be doing kind of an onboarding meeting where it was about a half an hour, and I went to her office and met with her, and we kind of just got to know each other a little bit and see if it was a good fit. And if it wasn't a good fit, then I would just try to find someone else. So yeah, it ended up being a really good fit, and she is to this day still someone that I go see. So anyway, that's kind of my story of how I got into it. And then after that first meeting, I did a lot of research. I'm the guy that if something is new to me, I'll spend the whole night researching because I have to know everything about it. And anyway, I honestly can't tell you like the moment that it clicked in my mind, but it's helped a lot. And again, I know the hardest step, because this is coming from someone who just did it recently, is the hardest step is the first step. It really is. And I think that's true with anything. When you need help with anything, asking for help and seeking help is extremely difficult. You have to put your pride aside, and you have to admit to yourself that you need help. And so that was difficult for me. But I mean, after the first meeting, I was hooked. I was like, okay, this felt right. The woman that I go see is amazing, and this last year, 2017, has been definitely the hardest year collectively that I've gone through. Lost some friends, went through a really tough breakup, and then my dad dealing with cancer right now, and then just being alone a lot of the time, being an only child and living by myself. And my job is my job is really awesome, but it's on my own time, and so I'm not like going to an office somewhere where I see people every day, if that makes sense. So that was a big part of in the beginning, it was a big part of what we worked on, was like adjusting to life how it is now, which wasn't easy for me at all. Like for instance, not even for instance, just my whole life, from preschool to college. I was always the most social person. I was always friends with everyone. I played sports, just was always around people. And so now, being the exact opposite of that adjustment was really hard for me, because I'm still to this day, I'm at my best when I'm around people. And so anyway, long story short, that's been A little over 2 years. I've been seeing her. Her name is Elizabeth, and she's fantastic. Um, but really, what I wanted to try to say to you guys in this video is that um, I think I'm an advocate for it, and I truly, this is my personal opinion. This is not BetterHelp's opinion or anything else. I truly believe that every single person in the world could benefit from some sort of therapy or counseling, because I think a lot of the stigma of it isn't it exists or not. I think people are pretty aware that there's mental illness in the world, but I think that the stigma is more the degrees of it. Like my mind, when I was like, when she was like, you should go see counseling, I was like, okay. I guess my mind automatically went to the drastic part of it, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna be in like a padded room. You know what I mean? Like, um, I to be kind of blunt about it, I think a lot of people, the stigma of it is if you have a mental illness, you're crazy. And I think we can blame Hollywood for that, and we can blame media for that, and just kind of how it was viewed in the past. But there's hundreds of different levels of counseling. Mine is honestly, mine's pretty mellow. And then I have friends that are in it that's way more drastic, and they went through terrible things, and they do programs, and it's way more drastic than mine. But the point of that is that both of them are important. And so anyway, that's just kind of my thing with the stigma. I it's something that I believe in, this stuff. And like I said, I'm making this video because I have a platform on YouTube, and I realize that this video isn't gonna be like the shoe videos or the Apple Store videos. I don't expect this video to blow up on YouTube. But I do have a platform on here, and there's a lot of people that watch me and ask advice and message me all the time about things. And I also think that ASMR, a lot of people use ASMR to combat symptoms of mental health. I get messages all the time saying, hey, I have trouble sleeping at night, so I watch your videos. Or like, I get people that say I watch your videos before tests because my anxiety is so high. You know what I mean? I don't think ASMR is necessarily congruent to falling asleep. I think people watch it during the day. I've watched it during the day to get my mind off things, stuff like that. But I think that they aren't necessarily mental health and ASMR. I think that they, on paper, aren't necessarily connected, but I also think they're extremely connected in kind of an unsaid way. So anyway, my point is I don't expect this video to do well views wise, and that's okay. So what I'm trying to say is I have a platform on YouTube, and if I can help one person become more aware of mental health, or even sign up on betterhelp.com, or go see one in real life, or talk to a friend about it, anything, then it was worth it for me. I'm not making this video for views or for YouTube money. You know what I mean? I'm making this video because it's something I really, really believe in, and I wanted to put it out on October 10th because that is World Mental Health Day. And I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my story, because I think that when there's creators that you watch all the time, and you value their opinion, I think it's that creator's job to use their platform for the good. So anyway, that's it, man. I know this isn't the most entertaining video, and I know there's not a bunch of triggers and it's not a role play, but again, it's something that's very important to me, and I think that BetterHelp.com is seriously a really, really cool service and outlet. Again, bottom line, it's you can essentially see a counselor through text, which is seriously awesome. So if you're interested in that, go to tryonlinetherapy.com/Matty, and the link is in the description as well. But regardless, take care of yourself. I'm here. If anyone ever needs to talk, you can message me on here or on Twitter or email me, which is just MattyTingles@gmail.com. But what I would really, really like, that I think would be really, really cool, is if you're still watching this. I know I've rambled a lot, but if you are still watching this video, comment on it. And if you'd love to share your story, I'd love to read it. If you'd like to, I think having a dialogue is most important with this kind of stuff. So I would like to open up the comment section as a place to have dialogue, and I will try to respond to as many people as I can. But that's pretty much it. So anyway, I am MattyTingles. Tryonlinetherapy.com/Matty. And regardless if you do that or not, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time.